Okay, so I already know I'm going to get called fatophobic and every other made up term in social media history, but I have to keep it 50 times 2 in this video. Being a fat kid in the early 2000s was equivalent to being an OnlyFans model today that didn't want men to sexualize her. Shit ain't sweet. So sit back, relax with me, and let's enjoy my childhood trauma. Fat jokes. Now obviously we all know this was coming. I can't even count how many lunch table roast sessions I got eviscerated just for existing as a fat kid. God forbid I laughed at someone else getting flamed. All you heard at the table was,
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Then I would proceed to getting put on a shirt, on a gilded, for the rest of the lunch period. Even when I had a good comeback, I would get hit with the, at least I'm not fat. And things were instantly over. I lost immediately. White flag in the sky. Things got so bad I would get up and go to the bathroom during roast sessions so I would not become the topic of interest. I already knew my time was coming and I avoided lunch table roast sessions at all costs. Like if I seen the kids who were good at roasting all sitting together at lunch, I'm sitting on the end of the table. I'm damn near looking for a way to get silent lunch so I can sit away from everybody else at the table. Girls. Now as a kid, your focus really isn't women, unless you're Chris Brown. But most normal kids, we were literally just trying to play our video games or play sports or just, chill with our friends and just talk about random things. Like nothing too crazy was going on. But I do remember two things that would repel the hoes when I was in school. First thing was not having the Crayola 64 crayon pack with a sharpener at the back, because that would definitely get you the huzz if you had that. And being fat, because no girl wanted a fat guy, especially that young. It was crazy. So I remember I liked this one girl. Me and this girl would do everything together. We would eat lunch together. We would work on projects together. Any group project work we're doing together. We would hang out at recess. We would sit next to each other in class unless we had assigned seats. We would spend all the time in the world together. This was like one of my first crushes growing up. And I remember that I always thought, like, you know what? If I can make her laugh, if I can give her a good time, to have a good personality, like, I could get her to like me. So I spent the whole year trying to, like, make her laugh and be there for her and do nice things for her. I even remember we would have this thing called Fun Day where they would bring in, like, inflatable slides and water slides, and we would have, like, a little gift shop. Like, they would set all these things up, snow cones, popcorn, pizza, for us at the end of the school year every year. So I remember I went to the gift shop. My mom gave me like $30. I literally dropped a 30 ball on this shorty. I spent all $30 on shorty. So it was at the end of the year one day at recess. We're hiding behind the playground and me and her are just talking. And I'm thinking, you know what? I'm going to try to kiss her. I'm going to make my move. It's literally now or never. 180-day school year I spent trying to get this girl. And now it's time to put up or shut up. So I lean in, I go for the kiss, I go to close my eyes. I remember feeling a hand go up my shirt. Now, in my head, I'm panicking a little bit because I know nothing about sexual experiences or anything. So I'm feeling this girl's hands go up my shirt. Next thing I know, I hear the loudest fart noise ever. Now, I'm looking around, I'm like, there's no way I farted. Did she just fart? This girl puts her head on my stomach, on my jelly rolls, puts her mouth on it and blows as hard as she could, and the whole playground turned and looked, and they just proceed to see my stomach hanging out of my shirt with her blowing on it. You could imagine for the rest of the school year I was getting crucified. Sports. Now when I was younger, I loved basketball. I was actually pretty good at it. I really enjoyed doing it, and coaches loved me because I was tall for my age and I was a big kid, so they were looking at me like Shaq. They thought I was the next Shaquille O'Neal. So I remember going to recess one day, and my best friend at the time, his name was Colin, he was like, bro, let's play soccer today. Because Colin would always play basketball because of me, but he was a demon at soccer. He wasn't that good at basketball. So I was like, all right, bro, let's try it. So I remember I step on the field. All the little kids are looking at me and smiling. Like, I knew instantly it was on some devious timing. I knew things were about to turn left for me. So one short kid looks at me and says, oh yeah, that's definitely going to be our goalie. And I had no idea what the hell a goalie was, but I just agreed. I was like, okay, cool, I'll play goalie, whatever. So They put me in the goal, not 5 minutes in, not even 5 minutes into the game. I see a ball flying at me at the speed of light. The kid kicks it, it flies, hits me smack in my gut, bro. The ball bounces off my gut. I fall to my knees in agony. And you know what the kid who kicked the ball says to me? He says, "Damn, your stomach is hard too. I knew it was big, but I didn't know it was hard." And you could only imagine that day I took more balls to the face than a Diddy freak off. No Diddy. Parties at school. Now I remember when we were kids, we would have these pizza parties where they would bring these thin ass slices, not standard pizza slices, but the thin ass slices because it was cheaper and you could divide it a lot easier among 25 to 30 kids. So we would have these pizza parties, and to us as kids, this is like going to Ruth Chris as an adult, or your favorite restaurant or steakhouse. This was like cream of the crop, top of the line, best experience, best core memories. Until one day, at my heaviest weight, I was probably like 180, 190 pounds in elementary school. Like, this was actually crazy. But one of my teachers brings the pizza in the room. We all get up, get in line. We got our plates. I'm with my homies. We're chilling. We're talking about what we're going to do during the summer. Talking about video games. Just talking about everything that kids talk about, right? And I remember hearing my teacher say my name. And I turn and I look at her and I'm like, "Yes, ma'am." She looks at me in my eyes in front of the whole class and says, "Make sure you only get 2 slices." Why was that necessary? You said that to no other kid in the class but me. You can imagine how badly the classroom erupted when she said this. All the kids started laughing at me, talking crazy to me, trying to hide their pizza from me, like they're covering and protecting their pizza from me. And for the rest of the year, all the kids would either call me 2 slices or they would say, "Bray, make sure you only get 2 slices." I heard that shit for the rest of the year. So Miss Teacher, I'm not going to say your name. If you're watching this, go play in traffic. I'm not going to lie. Go play in traffic. Because to this day, I think about her looking at me with that smirk and telling me to only get 2 slices. Changing in the locker room. Now, up through elementary school, whenever we had PE or gym, we would just wear our regular school clothes. Like, whatever you wore to school that day, they would tell you to wear sneakers on certain days. I think it was Wednesday that we had gym. They would tell you to wear sneakers. So you would just wear your regular clothes and then you would have sneakers on. So I pull up to school in middle school, not knowing that in gym, you actually have to change out of your gym clothes. So I start instantly getting in my head. I instantly start panicking. I instantly start overthinking. And I'm like, okay, there is literally going to be 15 guys in that locker room with me. How can I get in, change clothes, and get out without getting caught? And you had to change out or you got a bad grade for the day. And you do not want to be the kid that failed gym for not changing out. Like, that's wild activity. So I come up with a James Bond level plan. I come up with the plan of, okay, I'm going to go first. I'm going to be one of the first 3 to 5 kids in the locker room. That way I can run to the bathroom part of the locker room, get in the stall, close the door, change my clothes, come out, put my clothes in the locker. That was my plan, right? So he tells us to go change out. We go. The plan is going perfectly. I'm like the second kid in the locker room. I sprint to the bathroom. It was probably a jog. I thought it was a sprint. It was probably a jog. I get in the bathroom, lock the door. Or at least I thought I locked the door. So I'm taking my pants off, putting my shorts on, putting my socks and shoes on. I was putting my shirt on last. But I wasn't in any type of rush because I'm like, I'm good. The door's secure. We're good. So I turn my back. I have my back to the door. And I go to grab my shirt. I instantly feel like a cool breeze, like a draft against my back. And I literally hear, "Yo, he got double D's." I turn slowly and look. It's 3 of the biggest menaces in my grade level. 3 crash outs. 3 NBA young boy savants staring at me with their phones out and the flash is on. I instantly run out of the locker room trying to chase them, begging and pleading. After begging and pleading for the whole class period, they finally deleted the footage. Needless to say, for the rest of the year, I indefinitely kept an undershirt on for my regular clothes, and I just used that as my gym shirt for the day. They never saw my bare skin ever again after that. But those were my worst fat kid experiences. Let me know if you can relate to any of this. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm grateful for the bullying. A lot of people think bullying is so bad, but bullying really does a lot of the time inspire change. Or maybe I was just cut from a different cloth. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. See y'all on the next video.